president and those that were at the
Good afternoon and welcome to the Hill. It's a pleasure to welcome you to the Undergraduate Awards Day Assembly. My name is Lindsay Daniel and I am Student Body President. I would like to open us up today with a devotion and prayer. 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18 says, "Rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus." When is it easiest to be thankful? When things are going good, right? While it might be easy to praise God when you are most happy and comfortable, it is just as important, if not more important, to thank Him in the midst of your troubles. In 1 Thessalonians, Paul tells the church at Thessalonica to rejoice always and give thanks in all circumstances. This can be hard to do, especially when things aren't going well. So why do we have to give thanks? Why can't we give in to cynicism and thanklessness? Because God calls us to a life of continual thankfulness. It is God's will that we will give thanks. This is not to say we need to be always smiling. Sometimes things in life are bad and we should mourn or be upset. But it is in these moments that God asks us to thank Him anyways. Please pray with me. So Lord, thank you for just allowing us all to be here together today. Thank you for this place that we can just come together and praise your name and talk about you openly. Thank you for the school year and thank you for these people. Allow us to go out this summer and just have a great time and come back ready to start new the next school year. In your name we pray. Amen. We are very proud of all of our generals, those who will receive awards today and those who will not. Please know we have done our very best to give each award to the students who are deserving of it, but please realize that we are dealing with hundreds of students, hundreds of numbers, along with many last-minute requests, and we are often at the mercy of outside groups delivering their information. We ask for your patience and understanding. Please notify Dr. Martin immediately after the program if you feel that a student has been overlooked, and the situation will be amended as best as possible. The purpose of this assembly is to recognize students for their exceptional achievements during the course of the current school year. We are blessed to have many outstanding students at PSA who excel in many areas. In the interest of time, please hold your applause until everyone in a particular awards group has been named.
Well, good afternoon again, and thank you for joining us today to celebrate another great school year here on the Hill. I want to say thank you to Lindsay for a great devotion that she just gave, and then to also reiterate something that she said earlier about we're proud of all of our generals. It's been a great year. We've been very blessed here with so many students this year, so many families. At Thomas Sumter, there's so many things to get involved with, and I know you've seen that throughout the year. We had students participate in the SCISA Science Fair, the Battle of the Books, dance competitions, SCISA drama festivals, and numerous athletic events outside of their rigorous academic schedule. So at this time, several of our faculty members will present awards from their classes and from their departments. We'll start with Coach Greer.
Average for the year is Jacob Yeti. Also, Miss Hollis is able to be here today, and she's asked that I would present some congratulations and awards to some of her students. So when I call your name, come up. In her first period World History class is Trenton Spilker, who maintained 100 average for the whole year. In her second period history class, Allison Cooley also maintained 100 average for the whole year. Now comes the other.
2 awards for 3 separate high school classes. There's a highest average award for the student who earned the highest average over the course of the year, and then a most enjoyable to teach award, which will go to the student who displayed just a good student behavior, came with a good energy, respected themselves, respected others for the duration of the year. So the first class is chemistry, and the highest average goes to Carson Kramer. And in that chemistry class, the most enjoyable to teach award, Jace Ellis. For an anatomy and physiology class, the highest average over the course of the year was Abby Cox. And in that class, the most enjoyable to teach award goes to Nina Williamson. There is a year-long class called Health and Team Sports. Health was the first semester. Team Sports is what we're finishing up now. So in that health class, the highest average goes to Tyler Bryson. The most enjoyable to teach goes to Deshaun Poe. Team sports class that we're finishing up right now, highest average goes to Brenna Netterman. Most enjoyable to teach to Shiv Patel. Congrats to you all. Ms. Matos is not able to be with us today, so I'd like to recognize her students for their hard work. The following students scored the highest averages for the year in Ms. Matos' biology section. Second period highest average goes to Wes Carter and Brenna Netterman. Fourth period highest average to Jacob Gettins and Lindsay Layden. Fifth period highest average to Savannah Bird and Amber Martin. The following students have earned the Stellar Student Award for Ms. Matos' biology section. These students displayed diligence and high levels of effort in all their work, taking pride in all that they did and contributing consistently to class discussions and lab. These students were reliable and self-motivated. Second period stellar students to Hannah Burnside and Jalen Castle. Fourth period stellar students Ava Brenneman and Deshaun Poe. Fifth period stellar students Caitlin Dale and Elise Smotherman. The following students challenged themselves by taking the honors section of biology this year with Mrs. Matos and scored the highest average among their peers. Third period honors biology, highest average to Trenton Stilker and Reese Distal Swag. In that honors biology class, she also had stellar students whose effort and diligence in their work never wavered. These students showed pride in their work and completed the year with strong scores. So the third period honors biology stellar students goes to Shiv Patel and Christian Raven. congrats to Ms. Matos' biology students and to Mr. Harrelson.
I have the privilege of announcing our physics award to two students from our physics class, as well as our Thomas Hunter Academy Science Fair upper school awards. So I'll start with the physics group first. And physics is one of those classes that you either love or hate, or remember fondly or don't remember fondly. But it's an amazing class, and physics is, of course, the natural science that studies matter. What makes it up, how it moves, and its behavior in space and time. It's related to the entities and things that we call energy and force. And it's one of the most fundamental academic disciplines, if not the oldest academic discipline right now. And the ultimate goal is to understand how the universe behaves. Who would love a class like that? So this year, we're going to honor two students. And as I told my students yesterday in physics, and I'll reiterate to them if we have to have a period after this, I absolutely fell in love with this group of students. We had 10th, 11th, and 12th graders scattered in there, and it was just an absolute honor for my first year on the Hill to be able to work with this very talented group of young people, and I can't wait to see where life takes them. So the first award is two separate ones. The first award is the Einstein Thought Award, and this is for the student who just came to class enthusiastic, but also questioning and not just worrying about the answers, but worrying about the questions too. So to understand things, you have to know both, and that goes to Jake Marshall. Jake is traveling on a very worthwhile endeavor right now, so he's not with us, but I know he's here in spirit. And our second award is the JC, or the James Clerk Maxwell Achievement Award, for both the highest average and exceptional work in the realm of physics, which is a very dense realm. And that student this year for 2021 through 2022 is Allison Phillips. Jake Marshall and Allison, congratulations. Now for the science fair side of things, on the biology world, from the universe and rocks and atoms, talking about cells and mitosis and all those things. Our honors biology students completed a science fair project this year. Students presented their findings in the TSA Science Fair, and the following students were awarded for their work. As I call you on stage, please remain until all science winners have been announced. And please hold your applause until the end of the group here. Biology, behavioral, and general science category. Third place, Reese Disselvig. Second place, AJ Fisher. And first place, Trenton Spilker. Chemistry and physics category. My favorite. Third place, Jackson Monroe. Second place, Clara Ann McCaskill. And first place, Molly Ross. And the overall TSA High School winners, third place, Molly Ross. Second place, AJ Fisher. And first place, Trenton Spilker. I'm going to brag on you for a few more seconds, so stay right there. 3 of our high school students were chosen to represent Thomas Hunter Academy at the SCISA State Fair. And all three students came home with state level awards. Trenton Spilker finished third place in the senior biology division. Congrats, Trenton. Reese finished third place in the senior behavioral science division. And AJ Fisher finished first overall in the senior behavioral science division. Congratulations, generals, and way to represent TSA. I'll turn things over now to Ms. Sutton.
Good afternoon. I teach an interesting group of students. In my computer applications class, I have mostly 8th graders with a few high schoolers sprinkled in. And today I'm honored to give an award for excellence in computer apps to one of those high schoolers, Lily Naylor. I'm not going to torture her. You can sit. The other class that I'm very privileged to teach is theater as well, and we have a very unique theater group this year. My awards for theater are not necessarily based on grades or points, but they are based on general attitude, effort, and participation and skill. My most improved in theater class, which this student has come a long way from the day they walked into my room, is Stephen Kirby. My overall excellence in theater is Caitlin Dale. My next two awards actually don't totally come from my class. However, they more than earned them through after-school participation in our plays. My excellence in technical theater is Lindsay Laity. And my excellence in the art of acting and performance is Brenna Netherman. Wonderful job, my students. The following students were representing TSA. We did a big thing this year. In November of 2021, we hosted the first time we competed with the Skiza Drama Festival, because that was a brilliant idea by a certain faculty member. So I would like the students that participated in our cast of Radiant Girls, when you hear your name, just please stand. They did receive honorable mention at the Skiza Drama Festival. Caitlin Dale, Brenna Netterman, Deshawn Poe, Allison Kulick, Elise Smotherman, Lindsay Laity, Augusta Bissoni, AJ Fisher, Vera Fitzke, Clara Ann McCaskill, and Peter Carino. Over now to Ms. Kiernan.
The only high schoolers that I got to teach this year was in my yearbook. And so I had some awards. It's a great group. Yearbook greatest attentiveness to details, Trenton Stoker. Yearbook peacekeeper and easygoing award, Allison Kulik. Yearbook most helpful volunteers, Emily Holiday, Vera Bitsky, and Jackson Monroe. I also had the opportunity to participate in the USC Sumter's 37th poetry contest, and it included schools from all over Sumter County, private and public. And 3 of the 10 high school finalists were from TSA. They were Kelsey Martin, and go ahead and clap. Vera Bitsky, and Allison Kulik. And now I'm going to turn the mic over to Mrs. Daniel.
This year, our students once again competed in the SCISA Battle of the Books virtually. Hopefully, we'll be in person next year, but we'll see. The team was led by Ms. Bell and Ms. Cassoni. We want to say thank you to those ladies for leading this group, and I'm proud to say that our generals were the state runners-up. Our Battle of the Book team members, so come forward as I call your name. Augusta Bassoni, Allison Kulik, AJ Fisher, Jake Marshall, Kelsey Martin, Clara Ann McCaskill. We've got a lot of readers up here. They like to read those books. So good job, team. Ms. Bell is our high school, one of our high school English teachers, and she'd like to recognize the following from her English classes. In English 2, she has a highest average going to Carson Kramer. English 2 honors, the highest average goes to Reese Disselslade. Also in English 2, her most improved writer of the year, Mr. Ethan Beatty. Great job to our English 2 students. Ms. Bell also teaches our English 3 students. Her highest average English 3, Mr. Jace Epps. English 3 honors highest average, Trenton Spilker. And English 3 most improved writer, Miss Allison Kulik. Your English 3 winners. All right, so for English 4, the highest average goes to Miss Emily Holiday. Our English 4 honors highest average, Miss Lillian Lindler. Good job, English 4. Ms. Rodriguez teaches our English 1 to our students, and she has some that she would like to recognize for exemplary students in her classroom. So English 1 exemplary student, she has 4 of them, so I'm going to call them all at one time. Hannah Burnside, Jalen Castle, and Wes Carter. Great job, English 1. Now, Ms. Perez has some awards that we're gonna hand out. While she's coming down, I'm gonna thank Ms. Perez. She was helping me with some of the bulletin boards. So if you haven't been in the high school building, you gotta check her bulletin board out. She's always got something fun going on over there. And they've got some of their, projects in the hallway right now, so you have to maybe mosey over there later. But Ms. Perez would like to recognize a few students from her classroom. In Spanish 1, her highest average goes to Allison Kulik, Trenton Spilker, and Reese Disselslag. While they're coming up, Spanish 1 most improved, Trey Tisdale and Mary Grace Hilditch. Spanish 1 hardest workers, Luke Brazel and Lauren Markham. Ms. Perez loves participation, so her best participation awards go to Shiv Patel, Savannah Bird, Allison Kulik, and Owen Reber, Tyler Bryson. Spanish 1 students. Spanish 2. The highest average goes to Jace Epps and Brennan Netterman. Most improved, Spanish 2, Keegan Disselslag. Spanish 2 hardest worker, Ms. Miriam Robertson. Spanish 2 best participation goes to Macy Bruce and Savannah Butler. Spanish 2 students. Hardest workers in Spanish 3, Alex Cook, Emily Holiday, and Carson Kramer. And best participation, Spanish 3, Nina Williamson. While Miss Nina's coming down, I want to say too, Miss Perez is excited that she now has a Promethean board. She's loving it. Spanish 3 winners. Now they have lots of fun in this classroom, and Spanish 3 held a short movie contest. She wrote in parentheses for me to say, telehistoria. Is that how you say it? Ms. Perez would like to recognize the following based on those short movies. Best costume design, Lillian Lindler, Abby Cox, Alex Cook for the movie Ghostbusters. The best short movie and best script goes to Nina Williamson for the movie Revenge of the Pond Lizard. And the best actress for the short movies was Riley Hyder in the movie Inside Out. Thank you, Ms. Perez. We'll switch gears a little bit back to math, my favorite subject. So I have the privilege of teaching students this year in pre-algebra, some 8th graders, algebra, who includes some 7th graders to 9th graders, and then some geometry students. My pre-algebra students were recognized at our earlier awards ceremony, and now I'd like to highlight the following high school students on a great year. The highest average in my geometry class goes to Reese Disselflag and Jake Marshall. Highest average in my Algebra 1 class, Miss Amber Martin. My most improved in backing up to geometry was Molly Ross. And most improved in Algebra 1 was Cade Blackwell. I want to add, just like Mr. Hunsky was saying earlier, my most improved, it wasn't necessarily based on points. They did improve their scores, but they worked hard and fought for clarity and understanding, not just getting their math problems done, but they wanted to understand it. So I was very proud of them. Now for some higher math with Ms. Maloney.
Good afternoon. So, contrary to what Mr. Harrelson believes, I think math is the best subject that we study here. And so, I would like to recognize a few of my students who have worked so hard this year. I'm going to give a couple awards for the highest average in Algebra 2 and pre-calculus. And these students are just incredible mathematicians and pay very close attention to detail, make very few mistakes. In fact, I would say that they probably made less mistakes than I did throughout the year. So the highest average for Algebra 2 goes to Allison Kulik.
Thank you, ladies. And then I also have the privilege of being, the National Honor Society, sponsor here at Thomas Sumter, and we currently have 37 members. In March, we inducted our new members based on scholarship, leadership, service, and character. And so, those of you that are current members, if you would please stand and be recognized as a National Honor Society member when I call your name. Savannah Butler, Abby Cox, Alex Cook, Jace Epps, Emily Holliday, Riley Hyder, Lillian Lindler, Owen Reber, Landon Stevens, Nina Williamson, Emily Young, Augusta Bassoni, Luke Brazel, Savannah Bird, Allison Kulick, Keegan Disselflag, Carson Kramer, Jake Marshall, Miriam Robertson, and Alex Singleton.
The Headmasters Advisory Council, which is also known as HAC, met monthly this year before the school day to begin and share opinions, ask questions, and suggest ways to improve things here on the Hill. Last year, COVID kept us from having our beloved HAC pancake breakfast, but this year we were able to host them. Thank you so much to these fellow generals who were the voice of the student body, to Dr. Martin. Please stand and remain standing when I call your name to be recognized. Riley Hyder, Landon Stevens, Emily Young, Jace Epps, Jensen Jennings, Lillian Lindler, Emily Holliday, Savannah Bird, William Wright, Sam Matthews, Keegan Ditzelflag, Reese Ditzelflag, Clara Ann McCaskill, Molly Ross, and more. The Thomas Sumter Academy Honor Council represents the collective commitment that the student body has towards the honor code that all students pledge to uphold. It functions as a voice for the students on disciplinary matters that infringe on said honor code, underscoring the seriousness of violations and the harm they ultimately do to the entire student body. Honor council members are nominated by their teachers and elected by their peers. In their service, honor council members must put aside their personal feelings and biases and make tough decisions in the interest of helping their fellow students steer back on course. It is no small commitment, and Thomas Sumter owes the 2021-2022 members a tremendous debt of gratitude. This group is led by Coach Newhouse. Thank you, Coach Newhouse, for your time, leadership, and preparation throughout the school year. Now, as I call your name, please stand and be recognized as an honor council member. Augusta Bassoni, Emily Holliday, Lillian Lindler, Lucy Gore, Reese Ditzelflag, Sam Matthews. Every June, a few of our rising seniors are chosen to represent TSA at the American Legion Palmetto Girls Stakes, sponsored by Post 15 Auxiliary. Please stand and be recognized as this year's delegates. Riley Hyder and Lillian Lindler. These young ladies were chosen based on leadership, character, patriotism, scholarship, an essay, and an interview. While the girls are running the state from Presbyterian College, the boys will be campaigning at Anderson College. As I'll call your name, please stand and be recognized. This year's boys state delegates are Ethan Brandon, Jace Epps, and Landon Stevens. At this time, I would like to take a moment to recognize this year's Junior Honor Marshals. These students are the top 8 academically in their class. They have already assisted with baccalaureate service and will assist in the upcoming class day and graduation. Please stand and be recognized as I call your name. Alex Cook, Abby Cox, Jace Epps, Emily Holliday, Riley Hyder, Lillian Lindler, Nina Williamson, and Emily Young.
Have been chosen as junior scholars from prestigious universities in South Carolina. Junior scholars are chosen based on ACT, SAT scores, GPAs, and class rank. So please come on stage to receive your certificates for being a junior scholar. And hold all of our applause. I'm gonna list what they got, okay? So Savannah Butler, Converse University. Abby Cox, University of South Carolina Upstate. Wofford College, Converse University, Presbyterian College, Coker University. Alex Cook, the University of South Carolina Upstate, Converse University, Presbyterian College, Coker University. Jace Epps, the University of South Carolina Upstate, Converse University, Presbyterian College, and Coker University. Emily Holliday, the University of South Carolina Upstate, Converse University, Presbyterian College, Coker University. Riley Hyder, the University of South Carolina Upstate and Converse University. Lillian Lindler, University of South Carolina Upstate, Converse University, Presbyterian College, Coker University. Landon Stevens, Converse University. Nina Williamson, Converse University, Presbyterian College, and Coker University. Emily Young, University of South Carolina Upstate and Converse University. Our junior scholars. Savannah, stay Savannah. I didn't want to do the slide, sorry. Sorry, I'm trying to speak again. These are our junior scholars, guys. Once you guys sit down, just make sure all the certificates you got are yours, because Riley's in there somewhere. All right, so we have many students who play sports here on the Hill. So please stand if you play a sport here for TSA. Who is an athlete? Lots of us. Good teammate this year, and I want you to remain standing, hold on, if you play at least 2 sports here on the Hill. What a great number, right? Now, I only want you to stay standing if you play 3 or more sports here on the Hill. But still look at how many kids are standing. That's awesome, guys. That's possibly a fall sport, a winter sport, and a spring sport. And the students that are still standing, they may have had practice every day throughout their school year, or a game, or a match. That's impressive. I think that's awesome dedication. So I just want to give them one more round of applause, and I'll tell you where we're going with this. So out of all of those 3 sports in all 3 seasons, students, sports athletes, academic athletics, all of that, there are a few who do this while maintaining an A average all year. I think that's awesome. That means you have great balance in your life. So those 3 students we name as scholar athletes. 3 athletes who play in all 3 athletic seasons, maintain an A average all year. They are, please come on stage as I call your name, and let's pause at the very end, okay? Reese Disselway runs cross country, plays basketball, archery, and track and field. Shiv Patel, football, basketball, track and field. Trenton Silker, cross country, bowling, archery, and track and field, all while maintaining an A average all year. Scholar athletes.
now like to recognize at this time those students who have served this past year as class officers on our student council. These students were voted in positions of leadership by their classmates, and they have faithfully served in that capacity throughout this school year. Please stand as I call your name and remain standing as I recognize our entire team of leaders. Freshmen, President Trenton Spooker, Vice President Porter Barano, Secretary Christian Razor, Treasurer Roger Scott. Sophomores, President Augusta Bassoni, Vice President Allison Kulik, Secretary Miriam Roberson, Treasurer Jake Marshall, General Officer Tyler Bryson. And the juniors, President Emily Holiday, Vice President Lily Naylor, Secretary Emily Young, Treasurer Jace Epps, and General Officer Landon Stevens. It was a great year, and thank you for all of your hard work. Now looking to next year, let's learn who's your leaders, and please stand as I call your name and remain standing as I recognize next year's team of leaders. The rising ninth grade, President Sydney Schaefer, Vice President Hannah Giddings, Secretary Anna Bell, Treasurer Isabel Boucher, General Officer Lucy Gore. The rising 10th grade, President Peter Carino, Vice President Trenton Spooker, Secretary Vera Fitzke, Treasurer Claire Ann McCaskill, and General Officer AJ Fisher. Your rising juniors, President Allison Kulik, Vice President Brennan Netterman, Secretary Miriam Roberson, Treasurer Alex Singleton, and General Officer Carson Kramer. Your rising seniors, President Emily Holiday, Vice President Jace Epps, Secretary Lily Naylor, Treasurer Savannah Butler, and General Officer Emily Young. Congratulations and good luck on a great year next year. Before I install the new Student Council Executive Officers for next year, I would like to recognize this year's Executive Officers and thank them for their many hours of work and service. I have the honor and privilege to serve as your president in this year, and I have enjoyed working alongside this team, and am very proud to introduce them to you. Please come forward as we recognize you. Vice President Riley Hyder, Treasurer Aidan Allen, Secretary Lillian Lindler, Historian Stephanie Carges, and General Officer Libby Gore. Thank you all for a great year, and y'all have been a great team, and I would like to thank Ms. Edie and Ms. Sandy for their guidance this year in making it to a year to remix, revive, and refresh. Now, if you would all have a seat except for Lillian and Marcy. Next year's president is Lillian Lindler, and next year's vice president is Jake Marshall, who is not here but is with us today in spirit. Riley Hyder will work double duty as she is serving as both your secretary and treasurer. Okay, at this time, our executive student council officers for the 2022-2023 school year will take their oath of office. Lillian, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Lillian Lindler, do solemnly pledge that I will, to the best of my ability, execute the duties of president of the student council. I will officiate in that capacity according to the rules of parliamentary procedures and will in every way live up to the trust placed in me by my fellow student council members. Thank you. Riley, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Riley Hyder, do solemnly pledge that I will faithfully record the minutes of each student council meeting, and perform any other service which I may be called upon to render, always remembering my responsibility to the school in serving as secretary of its student council. Thank you. Please. Repeat after me again. I, Riley Hyder, do solemnly pledge that I will keep a careful record of all money transaction that may involve the student council, and will render any other service that my official position may suggest. Thank you. These are your executive officers for the 2022-2023 school year. I will now turn the gavel over to Mr. President Lillian Limler.
Looks like the Hill will be in good hands next year. Throughout the school year, we had 4 students who were selected to be a part of the Emerging Leaders Program. This program runs through USC Sumter, and it's a program for juniors in high school across the Sumter County, and upon completion of it, they will earn 3 college credit hours through USC Sumter. I would like to recognize our 4 students who completed this leadership program, so please stand to be recognized. Riley Hyder, Lillian Lindler, Ethan Brannon, and Jace Epps. We have 1 student who was selected to represent us at the Cooperative Youth Summit this summer. He will tour the State House, meet lawmakers, and see how co-ops are preparing for our state's energy future. Congratulations to Javion Lammy for being chosen from numerous applications from rising juniors across the state. So please stand, Javion, and be recognized. Speaking of great leadership, we've got an award that we give out yearly that teachers, staff, and faculty we hold in great high regard around here. Our Citizenship Award. This award is given to a high school boy and girl who each exemplify outstanding behavior to all their classmates and everyday life on the Hill. All high school students excel in many areas, especially that of citizenship, and as a whole, all of our generals are extraordinary young men and women and make us very proud. So it's extremely difficult to choose just 2 per grade. But in order to give this award the honor it deserves, the teachers now have selected 2 students, 1 young lady and 1 young man, each from grade 9 through 11. So please come on stage to receive your award as I call your name. 9th grade Citizenship Award, Reese Dissel-Swed and Deshawn Poe. 10th grade Citizenship Award, Allison Kulik and Jake Marshall. 11th grade Citizenship Award, Lillian Lindler and Alex Cook. 'Citizenship Award winners. And Porter Laney and Brandon Burns will join us on the stage. Mitch Edens was an outgoing, fun-loving, and an involved student here at TSA. He was an all-around great guy. Many of his family members have attended throughout the years here at TSA, and many of them have graduated from here. You may may recall that name because our gym is named after him, the Mitch Edens III Memorial Gymnasium. Tragically, Mitch was killed on his 16th birthday in a car accident. Each year, to honor his memory, the underclassmen vote on one boy and one girl to be honored as the Mitch Edens III Outstanding Underclassmen. Miss Kathy Raven, the sister of Mitch Edens, usually hands this award out, but she's unable to be with us today. She has requested for the awards to be given by last year's recipients. Last year's recipients were Porter Laney and Brandon Burns. They will now give the award to this year's winners. The Mitch Edens III Outstanding Underclassmen this year goes to Lillian McNair Lindler and James Tobin Clappy.
Recipients for Marty Tankins and Crystal Kills scholarship. They were classmates here at Thomas Sumter and were graduates of the class of 1995, where they stood on the stage together and did dance recitals and general sound together. But they were tragically killed November 2nd, 1996 by a drunk driver. And their wonderful classmates came to my family and his family and said they wanted to do something to continue to remember him. And so their classmates established a Marty Tames Crystal Kill Scholarship. And so for the past 25 years, we have given over $100,000 back to recipients here at Thomas Sumter. Memory lives on, and so I can't thank the classmates and the school enough for allowing us to continue to do this scholarship. Nominees are nominated by faculty, a group of faculty members, and then they give them to the organization, which is made up of myself, and unfortunately my mom couldn't be here today, with Emmy, and classmates of Marty and Crystal, and we have 4 amazing recipients, and I'd like to announce them right now. And what's really unusual, normally there's a lot of young ladies, but this year our young men outweigh our young ladies, which is great because I love seeing great male leadership. So I'm glad to see our males standing up. But our first one is Mr. James Clappy. Our next recipient is Miss Emily Holliday. Our next recipient, Mr. Javion Lammy. president, Mr. Sammy the Bull Matthews. The choices that we make not only affect our hopes and dreams, but the hopes and dreams of other people. And on November the 2nd, 1996, the hopes and dreams of Martin's family and Crystal's family were shattered. But the choices made by their classmates in this school to remember them has been such a wonderful part, and I can't thank the school enough. And congratulations to these wonderful recipients.
All the awards today are special because they recognize huge accomplishments for each of our students. However, over our 50-plus years here on the Hill, the Silver Cups have become the most coveted award to receive. Now, we're also living in the day of COVID, so I just want to pre-warn you, we have some fake Silver Cups up here. If you would like to have a picture afterwards, but our real Silver Cup's supposed to be on the FedEx truck today. They were promised this week. But in the meantime, we have some great Silver Cups filled with silver candies. The middle schoolers love them, right? So we promise there's one on the way with your name on it, and we will hand it to you as soon as it gets here. So we're going to start. 4 Silver Cups are given out to each grade each year. We'll start with the most improved. I'm going to give out all of them per grade, and then we'll give them a great round of applause, okay? So the most improved young lady in 9th grade over the course of the year, Mary Grace Elizabeth Hilditch. And the young man, most improved, Mason Rain Knight. The second highest average over the school year in 9th grade goes to Reese Elizabeth Disselslade. And the highest average carried all year in the 9th grade goes to Trenton Bryce Silver. To remain, so I'm going to go to each grade, okay? 10th grade, most improved young lady over the course of the year, Caitlin Ashton Dale. The most improved young man over the course of the year, Jackson Edmonds Blackwood. The second highest carried through the year in 10th grade, Carson Amanda Kramer. And the highest grade carried through the year in 10th grade, Miss Allison Irene Coolidge. Our 11th grade young lady, most improved, Riley Elizabeth Hyder. Most improved young man, Robert Charles Jones. The second highest average carried through this year, 11th grade, Lillian McNair Lindler. And the highest grade carried through the year in 11th grade goes to Miss Abigail Tupper Cox. 2021, 2022 Silver Cup Award winners. They're returning to their seats. I just want to say a great thank you for joining us here on the Hill. If you've got friends and family at home that didn't make it, we have Miss Cindy recording it. She will upload that and get a link out for others to be able to view later. But it's been a great year on the Hill. It's kind of been our first year kind of back to normalcy. And we hope to continue that trend. We're going to end today by singing our alma mater, and after the alma mater, we will be seated. I will let our guests out first, and then I'll dismiss you by grade. So if we'll stand for the alma mater. Students,